In this episode, I go over my top 10 picks for New Comic Book Day, June 30th, 2021. What's going on, guys? Justin here, aka No Good Comics, and welcome back to the channel. We are talking about my top 10 picks for New Comic Book Day coming out June 30th, 2021. If you're here for that and you're excited to hear what new books are coming out and the ones that I'm excited for, smash that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and of course hit that little bell notification so you can be notified of all of the content that I have coming out each and every week, including this one, which is premiering right now on a Thursday, 12:30 Eastern time. I always do this the Thursday before the next week's New Comic Book Day. So if you're new and you're looking to, dig into some new stuff, interested to hear what are some new books that are out there or some series that we might be maybe in the middle of, I'm going over all my picks of what I'm interested in for this week. So I'm sure you'll find something here. If you don't, would love to hear what you're reading. Leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you're in the premiere right now, thank you so much for hanging out on this fine Thursday afternoon. So I'm going to get into my top 10. I always like to clarify, these are the books that I personally am excited for. These are the books that I'm looking to buy when it comes out next week, whether it be digitally or physically. I've been cutting down on some of my physical books lately, but still buying digital stuff just to be able to read and keep up with the stories, because there's so many great stories that are coming out right now. I always say that this is the best time to be reading comic books. I really mean that. So without further ado, let's dive into the list. And at number 10, I am going with Red Room, issue number 2. And I have to say, I actually have not been able to read issue 1 yet. I did pick it up when it first came out. There's been some amazing talk about it. And I've gotten to be such a fan of the horror vibes, the horror genre of comic book writing. And so this is like, it just really hits home. Obviously, issue 1 had these creepy clowns on it. And looking at issue number 2 here, really cool, kind of hooded, symbols here from the deck of cards and things like that, showing your literal poker face. And this was written and created by Ed Piskor, which is the creator for the X-Men Grand Design. I don't know if you guys have read that before, but I really enjoyed X-Men Grand Design back when I was first getting into comics. That was something I explored because there was someone had recommended that was a good way to kind of catch up on some X-Men history without necessarily having to read all of it. Obviously, there's a lot. So I really like Ed Piskor's work in general, and I'm looking forward to more of this Red Room, and I got to read issue 1 still. So if you guys read issue 1, let me know in the comment section below what you thought of Red Room. I've heard really good things. Obviously, I know there was some hype around it for a little while. I think the issue number 1 is going for a decent amount of money right now. But I'm in it for the read. I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes or what this is about. So I can't believe already issue number 2 is out. There's a couple of books on this list that are going to be like that, where I'm a little behind or I'm just catching up. So bear with me here. But that's my number 10 pick on the week. We're going with Red Room, issue number 2. Let's go into my number 9 pick of the week, and I'm going to go with Witchblood, issue number 4. This is a Vault Comics book, and let's see, Matthew Erman is the writer, Lisa Sturl doing the art and the cover, or the interior art and the cover that we're looking at here. I only read issue 1, and I need to catch up on this. I've picked up the other issues. I really enjoyed issue 1. I remember first reading it and thinking that, well, I didn't know what to think. I wasn't sure what I was getting into. It's, has a lot to do with an old Western type vibe mixed with vampires and witches. So I didn't know if it was necessarily my taste. But I always say, don't don't judge a book by its cover, or kind of don't judge a description based on just what some of the sentences that you read. Really dive into the book and give it a shot. And I loved issue 1, so that's why I'm putting this on my list. Witchblade number 4, because issue 1 was that good. So I do need to continue to catch up. But if you're looking to get into something like that, again, there's a lot of magic involved, witchery, witchcraft, and vampires kind of chasing down this one badass witch, because hence the name Witchblood. They are after her particular blood. So it's quirky, action packed, and I really enjoyed it. So so that's gonna be my number 9 on the list, Witchblood issue number 4. Going at number 8, I'm going to go with this, the United States of Captain America, issue number 1. So didn't know too much about this, that this was coming out. I didn't realize it. I don't know if this is picking up from where, I don't think this is where Captain America has left off, but I do see the Alex Ross cover here, which, I've just been such a fan of all the Captain America, Alex Ross covers that he's been doing. So that alone is what caught my eye. But let's see, the writer here, Josh Trujillo, is writing it. I'm not familiar with Josh, but also it looks like a couple of writers here. Christopher Cantwell, artwork by Dale Eaglesham. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of creative team here, a lot of variants. Okay, so a lot of variants. Looking at some of them now. Oh, that's right. Okay, I remember this now. I remember this. This is kind of a different take on a Captain America. Let me just take a look at the actual description here, because it says the shield has been stolen. No one understands the value of the shield like those who've wielded it. So Steve Rogers and Sam Wilson set out on a road trip across America to chase down a thief, or the thief. Let's see, but instead they find the captains, everyday people from all walks of life, who've taken the mantle of Captain America to defend their communities. Let's see, and for some reason the shield thief wants them all dead. Can Sam and Steve get to them first? Christopher Cantwell and Dale Eaglesham lead a can't miss miniseries to celebrate Captain America's 80th anniversary. Very cool. So yeah, I mean, again, it was the Alex Ross cover that caught my attention for me. And anytime I can get into some new Captain America, I'm down for that. So I will give this a shot. So that is my number 8 on the list. Let's dive into my number 7. So number 7, I am going with Eternals issue number 5. And I've been patient with this storyline, and I know there are a lot of people who have jumped off it at this point, but I want to continue to give it a chance. It has its moments. There are some really good parts. There are some really random parts. There are some sections where you're just left wondering, like, what is the point of this, or where are they going with this? And I'm hoping Eternals issue number 5 gives us a little bit more clarity on certain things that are going on. Essentially, there is a mystery of one of the gods that have been murdered, and now there is someone who has shut down the machine that allows gods to come back, essentially. So they are trying to figure this whole mystery out, and who would do this, why, what are they after? And the main reason why I'm like really keeping up with this, or wanting to continue to give it a shot, is because of the artwork by Esad Ribic. So if you guys don't know, Esad Ribic had teamed up with Jason Aaron back when he was doing his Thor run when it first kicked off in 2012. And I fell in love with Esad Ribic's artwork from there. And he's just done so much other great work since. So this is written by Kieran Gillen. So, the writing is changed, but I'm still getting those vibes of Thor. And which, by the way, if you haven't read that, Thor 2012, Jason Aaron, it's amazing. Really good read. And of course, with the artwork coming from Esad Ribic, his art just blows me away every time. So I really just... I'm kind of leaning towards, and I've talked about this before, like, artwork, interior artwork is very important to me, just as the story is. And if one of those two things are good, I'm most likely going to continue to read it, even if the other is not so great. So in this instance, it's the artwork that's keeping me really hooked in, and the story, I'm like chugging along. So I don't think it's terrible. It's just slow paced, slow moving. So maybe it reads better as a trade. Who knows? But I do think, like I said, maybe they're going to wrap some things up, as this is like a part 5 to the story that they've been telling so far. So anyways, that is going to be my number 7 on the list for Eternals issue number 5. Let's see. We'll go into my number 6 here. 6th pick here is a new one. This is God Killer Tomorrow's Ashes number 1. Don't know much else about it other than it's a Black Mask Studios book, and I thought the cover was really gorgeous here, looking at it now. Let's see. It is written by Matt Pizzolo and Anne Weischek, if I'm saying that right. So I'm not very familiar with the creative team, but like I said, it looks interesting. if I glance at some of this here, it says in a twisted future, in a twisted future where America has been divided into warring city states, escaped slave girl Halfpipe and drifted soldad roam the savage land on the fringes between civilization. When they come upon a strange relic, they will uncover a secret history of America's destruction. So yeah, I mean, I'm all in on this. It's just a grimy apocalyptic fantasy. Sign me up. So that's gonna be my number 6 pick on the week. Like I said, not much other information about it, but definitely willing to give issue number 1 a shot. Let's see, halfway done here. Going with another for my number 5 pick. This is another issue number 1. It's Parasomnia, and it is written by Colin Bunn, who I've just been loving all the work he's been doing. So I'm, of course, going to continue to give this a shot. Colin Bunn had just put out Eden recently, which has been a really good read. And, man, I always forget the other name that he just put out. I did this last time when he had artwork or a book coming out, and I can't think of it now. But anyways, really good stuff. If you're in the chat right now for the premiere, write it in the chat there. So anyway, he's been doing a great job here. And then also the artwork is Andrea Moody, who he's been doing, or Moody, he has been doing the artwork for Maniac of New York. Man, my mind. Maniac of New York, which is really what put him on the map for me. And Moody's been doing a lot of work since. He just did Bunny Mask as well, the interior artwork for that. So we're getting more, and I don't know, there's something about his artwork. I'm really drawn to it. So no pun intended. Really liking this, and I'm looking forward to this particular book, as it is a print from Dark Horse, which I don't normally buy too much Dark Horse, so that's a little different for me. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. That's going to be my number 5 pick on the week, Parasomnia. Let's see, getting down to it at number 4, I'm going to go with my book here, Two Moons, issue number 5. This has been an awesome series. Really enjoying it. Very dark, very, horror type vibes. Obviously some violence and other topics. This cover here alone, just looking at it now, is wild. And so, if you guys are not familiar with it, it is about this Native American who has taken the sides during the Civil War era, and he is kind of being haunted or visited by these Native American like ghosts and certain things that tie into his past and his ancestors. So some are warning him of good things, or others that are attack him at one point, and very dark. But I'm loving it. The interior work is stunning. Bill Crabtree is doing the art. John Arcudi is doing the writing, and I've been recommending Two Moons since it came out. So this is issue number 5. It's hopefully going to close kind of where we've been going so far. I think this is ongoing. So yeah, this is Image. I believe this is ongoing. So I'm going to continue with it and see where it goes. But Two Moons, if you haven't been reading it, highly recommend. It's a very good read. So Two Moons, issue number 5. That's my number 4 pick on the week. Moving along here, down to my number 3 pick, and I'm going to go with Daredevil, issue number 31. This is another series where anytime this book comes out, I buy it, because it's Daredevil, and it's Chip Zdarsky, and I love every moment of it. In this case, we also continue to get Marco Cicchetto doing the interior artwork. Oh no, I lied. The penciling here is Mike Hawthorne. So I know that they've been changing and swapping, some of the interior work back and forth. So I thought it was continued by Cicchetto, which it doesn't seem like it is, at least not for this particular one. Although the cover here, I think, is Marco Cicchetto. And and he's been like the main interior artist throughout Daredevil. But Chip Zdarsky's been killing it. If you're not reading Daredevil, I would highly recommend jumping into it now if you're not already involved. I mean, yes, there's 31 issues. I personally would start back from the beginning, but you could find a spot in the middle to jump into. This is technically part 3 of this particular story arc. So, I guess you could, I would start from the beginning. It's been really, really good. It really has. Chip Zdarsky's just been He's the man. So that's going to be my number 3 pick on the week, Daredevil issue number 31. Down to the last 2, and as always, like, as we get down here, these top 2 really could be like a 1A, 1B, but I split it up into 2 and 1. So I'm going to give you guys my second pick here, and I'm going to go with, for my number 2 pick, Wonder Girl, issue number 2, Joelle Jones. I'm in love. I'm in love. This cover here, I mean, looking at the artwork and everything, I loved issue number 1. I really enjoyed it. I loved the character Yara Flor. I like the direction that they're going. We were introduced to Yara Flor in Future State, and now she has her own series here as Wonder Girl, and it's really, I'm excited. I'm just excited to see where it goes from here. Issue 1 had kind of just really just, kicking things off. So there's a lot of potential here with this. And not to mention the artwork. It's stunning. So Joelle Jones putting in all that work on all this stuff. I mean, she's, writing, doing the artwork, and she does that for a lot of things. So yeah, that's going to be my number 2 pick on the week. Wonder Girl, issue number 2. It's very early still to jump in. So if you missed the first one, I think there was a reprint for issue 1 already. So keep an eye out for that. But love this cover too. So that's my number 2 pick of the week. And before I get into number 1, always like to remind everybody, please take a moment to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think of these video series that I've been putting out now, letting you know of my top 10 picks each and every week. Like I said, this is all coming out June 30th, 2021. So I know we just passed a new comic book day, but, I'm always looking forward to the next stuff that's coming out and keeping an eye out on what, new exciting books I'll be diving into. So, yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you think, if you agree with this list, if you think I'm missing some things, if you have any recommendations. I always say, let me know as well, because I'm always looking to explore more as I continue on my comic book journey. So, and if you're in the chat right now for the live stream, or the premiered stream, I should say, I appreciate you taking that time to hang out with me here today. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on the way out. But before you leave, let's get into number 1. And of course, here for my number 1 pick, I have to go with this bad boy, Department of Truth, issue number 10. I've just been loving this series. It is one of my favorites right now, and I know I say that a lot about my number 1s, but it's true. It's true. It's Department of Truth's just been. I didn't think I'd be into it as much as I was. And if you don't know what it's a lot about different conspiracies, and how, if enough people in the world believe in a certain conspiracy, it starts to become true. So there is this Department of Truth who kind of goes around the world and maintains these options so that nothing gets too out of hand from what the truth really should be, or at least what they think it should be. So kind of questioning, are they in the right or the wrong too? But anyway, so this is James Tynion, who's been just killing it, and he's been doing everything. So Tynion's loving his work, and this is just another masterpiece that he's been putting together. And then, of course, we have the main artist here, who's been through most of the series here, Martin Simmons, another artist that I've just become in love with the artwork that they've been putting out. Martin is killing it. I think he did 1 through 5, and then 8, 9, and 10. And I think this issue number 10 is closing out that next story arc. Even though a lot of these issues are kind of like individual issues, I do think you could some of them kind of go, like the first 5 really go in order. But then like 6 and 7, they kind of jump around a little bit. They introduce like some of the back end history of, what the Department of Truth is and where it came from. And then it kind of picks up again in 7 with where it left off in 5. So it jumps around a little bit after the first 5 issues, but I really am enjoying it. And again, hopefully we'll get to see what happens here with Cole Turner, the main character, and kind of where that whole thing goes. So if you guys are not reading Department of Truth, take some time. I think the first trade has been released just a little while ago. Actually, yes, because I just picked it up for my dad. I was going to send it over to him next time I see him. So, but yeah, highly recommend it. It's very dark, not for kids, that's for sure. So, but yeah, so that's my top 10. That's my number 1 pick, Department of Truth, issue number 10. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please take some time to do so. Oh, I should mention this. I am going to get ready to do an announcement for my 750 subscriber giveaway, because we just recently crossed that. So appreciate all of you for the support and just hanging out with me throughout this journey and joining me on these different videos, whether it be the live chats or the pre-recorded stuff. I really do appreciate the community here. It's been so amazing. And so 750, man, it's awesome. It's awesome to hit that. We will continue to go on our journey to 1K. But in the meantime, I do want to give back. So I will be putting out a separate video here, probably record it maybe this weekend to put out on Monday. And then I'll have like a gap of time where you can enter and, you know, we'll have some fun with it and set something up for a giveaway book or two and see where I want to go from there. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, Comic Collector Origins, that's always on Saturdays, so keep an eye out for those as well. I'll be talking with Manny from Chamorro Cinema on my next show, so depending on when you're watching this, but that'll be coming up next as well. So really excited. Again, thank you all so much for hanging out. If you're here in the premiere, appreciate you taking that time to hang out with me in the premiere while this show's here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on the way out, subscribe to that channel, and I will talk to you later.